What's up, Snappa? Finally getting around to taking a look at this replay. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. Good kickoff. Excellent aerial. So here's just a small thing, just about playing Rocket League efficiently. When you go for this boost, I don't generally, if you're gonna flip, like I think you need to flip probably a bit earlier and do like a diagonal flip, just because if when you flip, it's gonna take you up the wall a little bit like that. And you're also going to be flipping through the boost, and you really kind of want to play with the edges of the boost hitbox here, just so that you can get a little bit better positioning. And what I mean by playing with the edge of the hitbox is like just barely nicking the inside of the hitbox on the boost pad here, so that you're as close to net and turning already as you can be, which will allow you to, get to this ball just a little bit quicker, make that 50-50 a little bit easier on yourself. Good patience. Just a little bit off on your shot there. Patience again. Good clear. Good 50. Nice play. Good kickoff. Good touch. Another good touch. Gotta play that mid. I don't know where your teammate was. That was a good pass though. Oof. Kind of had to play the ball like that there, otherwise you would have just played into the dunk. Try recognizing that you're beat there, not just throwing yourself at the ball. Decent 50. Oh, that's awkward. Good clear. Yeah, in that corner there, you probably should have just let your teammate go for it, since he was already back. Good pass. Teammate wasn't ready for it though. What a shot. Right, so you start to turn up here. Like when you see this guy up like that, at this point, I mean this is kind of like something that you just kind of have to understand, kind of just like as like an instinct almost, but this is going to be a powerful shot, just with where the ball is, where he's coming from, and how he's positioned his car here. This is going to be a powerful shot. So you turning upfield here a little bit, just ever so slightly right here. You turn up right there, that right there, instead of you continuing to go back towards your net. If you look at the angle of your car here, you're starting to go over here rather than towards your net. If you had kept on this path going this way, that's still going to be a tough ask, but not nearly as tough. And that probably isn't a goal if you keep going back to net. So just make sure you're respecting your opponent's abilities. Even if he doesn't get a very good hit on that, like, you still want to respect that. Just in case, you know. This is not the best turn here. If he puts this on net, like pretty much anywhere other than low and straight at you, it's probably going in, just because of where you are. Where you are makes it so you're not gonna, with how you're positioned and see how, like, since you're so far out of net here, this is all open. This isn't open. That may be a little bit open, but you can probably double jump to get it. This is probably blocked by you, but then all of this is open. He doesn't get a good shot though, so you kind of get away with it. But you want to take that turn a little bit deeper into the net. What the? Oh, I did the wrong thing. There we go. So just a little bit of a misread on how that ball is going to bounce. That just comes with practice. I don't know of any training packs really that practice where you practice reading that kind of bounce. Unfortunately, I think maybe that Biddle shot pack that I gave you has a few of these where you have to try to read the bounce. Try. Good 50. Played that well. Good shadow. Really good defending right there. Teammate should have that easy enough. You can probably score this if you hit it into the right side of the net. You turn your cars a little bit to the left here and then diagonal dodge straight through the ball. Chances are he doesn't actually get a touch on that. It's hard to tell in that situation. It's definitely safer to just play to not get dunked. I'm not sure why your teammate went for that. That was silly of him to do. Good challenge. Good bump. So again, this is just a little bit of a misread here, like, of how hard that's going to come off the wall. Because you definitely, if you had gone just back a little bit more, you could have caught that and turned it around and got a pretty threatening dribble. Good play off the backboard. And well done to leave that for your teammate. Teammate might pass it to you here. Good job going to your net here and grabbing that little boost pad. pretty tough to do in that kind of situation. Then just a little bit of a miss on the aerial. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. It looks like your teammate's going to be trying to take a touch for a dribble here. You want to just get out of his way. I know the boost was right there and you needed the boost, but you know, he's going to get it before you, so you should just try to get out of the way. Looks like maybe you didn't have enough time. Yeah, you could have gotten out of his way right after you landed. That's really tough though. Like, you had like half a second to make that reaction. I can only tell you to do it because I have the power of hindsight. A little too hard on that pass there, but I think it was probably safer to hit it that hard than not. So you hit your brakes super hard here. I think that's just because it seemed like it was coming close to you. So that just comes with kind of like playtime. Like, you realize like, oh, well, that's not actually coming close to me, so I don't need to like stop to go for a backflip hit. I can just take this up the corner. And that's game. Really well played. Really well played game from you. Not a whole lot for me to say. When you give me games of you crushing it. But I'd say, you know, still the things to work on would be, you know, your ground shooting a little bit. Definitely, I think had maybe 2 opportunities there where if your ground shooting mechanics were just a little bit more on point, that you score goals there, and this game wouldn't be so close. And then another thing I noticed was your power slide turning at the near post. You did it a few times in this game. Let's see if I can go back and find one of them. That one's actually good. That was a good one. This. Pretty sure it was after this goal. Sorry, I don't remember where it was. Ah, there was one. Why did I do that? I was already on player view. Alright, so this turn, I think maybe I even talked about this one specifically already. But I saw you do this a couple times. Yeah, I definitely talked about this one already. I saw you do this a couple times where you did like a power slide, like a on the dot power slide turn, like right in front of your near post. You don't want to be doing that. You want to go into your net here and do that turn, like you did on the one that I said was good. Just because it just allows you to cover more of the net the further back you are in the net. Like, you know, obviously you don't want to be too far back, because then if the ball is going fast enough, it'll just go in. But when you're in front of the net, you're reducing the amount of angles you can cover, right? Because from like a still position, right? There's only so many angles you can cover. Crap, where was it? Right, okay. None, fly. Right, so look at where your car is here. So with your car in this position, like I was saying, like pretty much have like this cover, like pretty much everything on the screen right here is covered. But this, wide open, and worse yet, this near post is wide open. Yeah, so if he hits the ball up here, it's a goal. Whereas if you're back a little bit more, then you have a chance of reacting and saving it. A chance. If he hits like 120 kph into the upper 90, you know, you weren't gonna save it anyways, no matter how good your positioning was. Just because this play is a bit of a broken play where there's a slow bouncing ball like 2 feet away from your net. And really, he should have absolutely destroyed that ball into your net. But yeah, I think later you end up actually doing it. It's just little stuff like that that can help you. And then the other thing is, playing with the edges of the hitbox of the boost pad. And I can show you what I mean by that. Unlimited boost and free play off. So right. So when you're getting the boost, obviously you can just like go straight through it, right? But you can also, like, the hitbox is pretty generous. Not that generous. But like you don't have to go like directly over it, see? See how I can like get the boost while already being turning? If I do it right. That wasn't a good one. Dang. I'm a little bit not hitting it as well as I could be. But you get the general idea. Right? Oh. But you'll see pros like do that all the time, where they like barely hit the car or the edge of the thing with their car. And the reason they do that is because if you go straight at the boost and you try to turn, like, you don't keep like any of your momentum. But if you look, boom, I left supersonic for like half a second there. And I didn't have to use a whole lot of boost to maintain. And so that's just what I mean by playing more efficiently, like just doing little things to help you, shave literal pixels off the distance you have to drive. But that can make a huge difference between missing a challenge and hitting a challenge. So, or missing a shot and hitting a shot. So yeah, overall, looks like you're doing a lot better. Definitely, your mechanics were were improved, for sure. Your positioning improved, for sure. Definitely doing better. Keep on that grind. Just keep trying to internalize the advice that you think is good. Another note, though, I would say is don't do too many of these kinds of replay analysis things like too quickly. You want to give yourself time to kind of adapt to the advice. Generally, I say like 2, maybe 3 weeks. You want to like take the advice that you get in a replay analysis and really work on it. I didn't give you a whole lot in this one, so like if you want to send me another replay next weekend or whatever, I'll analyze it for you, no problem. But yeah, overall, playing well. Good job. Congrats on D3. Keep working on your mechanics. You'll be champ in no time.